Just bringing in YouTube so that it has the VOD for this. I will show you what I mean with short. I think we have to go live for that one. Okay. These are my condensed notes from yesterday. These are not all of them. I've condensed them down a little because some of them were not really needed. We were finished with the entire tree. So you can imagine me sitting there flipping between my notes on my phone while we were playing yesterday to figure out what the hell. I know I read something somewhere, and you sit there and you go scroll up and down and try to find this. So this I did earlier today, just so that I didn't have to try and sit and flip through my damn phone, and to give my brain a little bit of a look through of what we're back to. I would like to see the flow papers of the people who has made this game. I would also like to be a fly on the wall for their next meeting. Because, goddamn. This game. And that this is... I think we're gonna have to start thinking about using the walls, right? And add like movable, you know, the things you have in an office where you have like movable walls that you can move around. We're gonna need those. So yeah, this is the much cleaner version of yesterday's note-taking. Oh boy. I looked at them this morning and my brain just went, well, you're gonna have to finish this game today, because if you don't, you're gonna forget and then you're screwed. If we try to do this a week from now, I won't remember a piss shit thing. And we're literally doomed. Just saying. But we are, as far as I know, we are on the last few. We're gonna bring this one in if we need to add any details. Now that I have it, we're just gonna yoink it back and forth. Continue. I do love the old loading screen though. So many vibes. And that's the shorter version. Of those that I was pretty sure we're fucking done with. I still have the original version on my phone. I didn't dare delete it. So, Riot Girl, yay! We didn't actually look at this, did we? Mystery comics. Tale of suspense. Jacket, book. Riot Girl. Girl. Yeah, we had a bit of... Some was by deduction, and some was literally by reading things I thought I'd kind of read. So this is where we are with the entire thing. Still pretty impressed with the amount of progress we had. I admit that at the later stages, my brain was starting to get severely fried. Okay, now where were we? I think we started working on this little mess right here. We still haven't figured out his wife, in other words, her mother. She's really not mentioned her mother by name. I went through all my notes. I have not written down a name. So, but I have pictures of these. They might be wrong, but they kind of... At least it helps a little. Because I believe those are his 3 boys, because she had 3 brothers. So now we get to ponder again. The first question of the day. But it won't really say, no, the good matches, because we don't know anyone else's names than I sit here and I point at my screen like an idiot. We only kind of know this one, due to it being James Roottrees' father. So yeah, what we know is that James, or Jim, his name is shortened to Jim. 2 seconds, let's bring in the notes. Where's Jim? Where did I put Jim? Wait, scrolling. This is so fun. Oh, it's too high. Where's Lauren? Where did we put Lauren? There we have her. And there was a trust with the Roottrees. I know I mentioned Jim here somewhere. I think Jim/James. Yeah, there. Okay, I think I haven't put it in, but I think he does advertising. See, I've written this in my notes yesterday and I still didn't put it in there. It was getting way too late to sit and do this kind of thing. Then we have the jazz, of course. The only thing I do know that I didn't do yesterday is, what mail was it? We had an email. Does anyone actually remember that email? I wrote it down, thank fuck, but yeah, we had an email that we checked and it was notes. I think I wrote it down here somewhere. Please tell me I wrote it down here somewhere. Please ignore the amount of silliness in the note. There was an email. Did I not write it down? I have it on my phone otherwise. Because I did write it down. It was the mail of Chris, so no, I didn't. Okay. I think we can find it again though. I think it is... Was it here? No, Chris Rafferty. It was the mail where we got that one. To my phone and my second set of notes. Oh, let's see. Although I have a feeling we've already done... What was... Okay, where's my mail? Come on. Where's my note? Oh, it's in there somewhere. Ah, there it is. Chris Raff... Chris Rafferty, we know this now. Raff. 7... 5 at Roddy. Oh no, Roddy. The us. Yes, this is where we found that part. So I don't know if that was actually something I needed because we did this. Yeah, because we got Pixpop to edit the photos. We found him. Okay. That might not be linked, but at least we have it. So now we can kind of... Excuse me. Hi. I want you to... I wish this was in-game. You see how this is gonna be endless? That's how this stream is gonna be. Other source of the most things that we find is from her diary. At least so far we found so many things. This is the first one. We do know that she calls Dad Pop. There. Yeah, her father was the one who referred to as Pop. He was the head lawyer for the Roottrees company, Clancy Trust. So that we know. Complaints. I have a feeling somewhere in here we have to hear something about... Because Pop's is grandfather, so she has to mention her father somewhere. Stuck living with Clark. This is the long whine about that one. Harrison Lane, bed. Housewives. Just do not like Gwen, so it's not that. Is it maybe in Dynasty then? There's one clue here we haven't used. Oh, wait. Sorry. She called Grandpa Pop, so who's Clancy? Here's again, Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family, since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it. Wait, spider search, Clancy, Roottrees. Really? It's because I didn't write his name right, probably. R-O-O-T-T-R-E-E. No? Disappointed, but we're not done. Business watch. No. Now we're just gonna go through them. No. Doubt it. Maybe it didn't amass to anything? Okay, we're gonna do the other option then. This is... Yeah, because we have Clancy Edward, who she calls Pops. Does she have a brother? I mean, does she have... Not her father, but does she have a brother? Clancy Jr. That has to be one of her brothers. We're just gonna stuff the name in there for now. We have progress. With architect, preachers, and lawyers, nobody got time for candy. Or is it? It has to be, right? We don't know his spouse just yet. Wait. Okay. Could it be right though? Come here. Because now she talks about Clancy. Grandpa is very peculiar. Just laughs at you when this is a woman. And I'm back to being confused, as per usual. I'm pretty sure that is Clancy though. But is that Carl's dad? That is the bigger question. How do we figure this out? Okay, can we do Clancy Jr.? Clancy Jr.? Not always as easy, is it? Team Blast was later. Yeah, Team Blast is probably way too late to search in. That is more like... Can't really find him here either. The question is, what did he do? Clearly... He became the 5th president of the company, so he eventually took over. Somewhere down the line. Maybe there's something more. Life between... We find too much here. Let's do right. Okay, Clark. Since that's... If that's his son, it should be something here, right? There. Clark is like the rest of his general free spirit. Well, as you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any person can spend. They're all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers. Okay, we're gonna add this in here. Clancy. Do I have anything on Clancy? No, I probably don't. Clancy Jr. Just gonna call him that. Clark's dad. That's basically what I'm reading. The only one who has indiscipline is Carl, but that is because my pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. So, I don't know if the picture is correct. No clue whatsoever. Probably not. In all honesty. But at least we have him. He is Carl's dad. Maybe we did. We said Teen Blast. That makes me curious. I know we found it before, but I don't know. It was paired on the cover of the first. This is for teenage girls. The photos don't match. That is true. It could be. They could actually be alternative photos as well, not like the main photos that we're supposed to find. That's not where I wanted to go. Hi. I like these books. They have a lot of information in it. Free Spirits. Even Clark. Others pursue personal knowledge, and the most rebellious. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing I know is that they must bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seems to have gone over it because Edward seems to take over his department once he retires. Yeah, so we know that. What did he study, though? We did. But I'm thinking it might not be too far off if we go with, I don't know. Where my notes be? There my notes be. Hi. What's the name of the sisters? Cause okay, let's try Reina. We begin on the top. We work our way down. Reina, Roottrees. Really, that was it? Yes, I know we have add cover an article to. Okay, we'll leave this for now. Where is that then? Because we looked at this so long ago yesterday. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Also mentions TMS and Brother Trouble. One important I learned from an early age is my dreams are not outside of my grasp. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. We know who Grandpa is. That is Grandpa. Right? Yeah, it is. Sorry, this is Grandpa. Which means he's a professor. Gotcha. Pretty sure that's correct. The picture, not so sure. But we'll always mess with those later. We had to check Swashbuckle My Heart pretty deeply. It says something more, doesn't it? Here. The family have made a Roottrees name famous, but besides Candy's older sister even wrote a book that had some of my friends tell me I had to read it in school. So his older sister is, of course, Laura. I took his advice and now I work with my mom designing clothing. I help decide what colors and patterns I want on the model. The design to clothing with a team of amazing men and women. Or, wait. No, that has to be Laura. Is this Laura? Do we think this is correct? I don't know. Yeah, Grandma Laura. Grandpa passed away earlier. Grandma Laura tells me she was really proud of what we managed to accomplish. So if it's Grandma Laura, then it's not Lauren. It is Grandma Laura. I think the only thing we need now is the correct picture. If this picture is correct, I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it there, because if you think about it, he's supposed to be the oldest. He looks the oldest, doesn't he? And the glasses are kind of professor-like. That's a horrible thing to say. Hi, toys. Yes, I wanted to finish the game I started yesterday. We have so little left, and I mean little by it's probably gonna take us until I have to eat. Because it's so fucking convoluted, it hurts deep into your soul. And I love it. And if I waited for a week, I would remember nothing. By the way, I condensed my notes from my phone this afternoon while crafting. These two have been added right now. I don't have a memory. I have to write things down. If not, we would be stuck on the beginning since till next year. Okay, so we have these two in. I don't know his spouse yet. So we need the last one there. We haven't found extra pictures of him just yet. Hopefully we can find all the extra stuff. That would be fun. Haven't found anything about her just yet. I hope this might be right. That is a guess. That is more certain. But yeah, we're kind of working on this end here. Yeah, it is. I would like to see how they work this shit out, because fucking hell. Yeah, we found her in her blue dress. I remember that we had that, so that's true. I think the place we've continuously found the most is in that fucking diary of this woman's. It is complicated. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. So she can't really complain. And Pop Force Clancy, that way we found Clancy's name. This fascinates me a little, because would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Remember, we have, here we go again. This child? November, as we believe she's called. So... who did he marry? I still haven't found that spouse yet. I'm lost beyond reason. We've searched for Jim, haven't we? Jim. Root. Am I right? Their last name is horrible. Yeah, it's... I really have struggled with their damn name. Root... No. Tree. Ah, there. Reluctant hitmaker. D and J and J and D. Okay. Maybe he has to say something about his mom? Yeah, I typed it wrong. Did you put this Danielle on the board? Did we put the Danielle on the board? Danielle. Yeah. She was the first wife of Clark. He had a lot of wifeys, this man. But there's our Danielle. Okay. The only thing Clark in common was music, but even then never agreed on what it was. That's where he started raffle tunes and did jingles. Can I then do if we try and just so I don't mispronounce it again? Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Okay. You're gonna laugh now, but if this works, I will fucking giggle. No, okay. That would have been easy. If his mother's name was Cherry, I would laugh. Apparently, I was not right. I was wrong. Try to put the general search term. Okay, we cannot search album. I haven't searched these. Okay. Well, we got Sun. Let's return to them. The CD was a... Although diehard fans of Jim and Diamond online said it was returned to form, the CD was apparently so hard to find in stores that some fans resorted to selling cassette bootlegs of it. There's a music commerce website that claims to sell the album, but it's sold out at the moment. You find a short sample of one of the songs called Sun. Well, we found a new clue. Cherry Tree. Cherry Tree is an album by Jim and Diamond and has another song called Sun. The website found did not have all the full versions, but you managed to find a short preview of the song where Jim sings the following. There blazed a spark of light that ever brightly shone from her starting days, impairing wisdoms to conquer life unknown. Though someday she depart, in part we'd never be alone. In my heart, I'll always be the son of...
Someday she depart in part, I'd never be alone.
Ah, cheats. So something that rhymes with alone? This is getting exceptionally far-fetched. I don't like it. But what on earth goes with... Okay, name list. We have a name list. That's not a name list. Ooh, any unused Malorns left? Now that is a good question. Is it Mondis? I don't think we have Malorn. I think we have Monroe. No. But we have this. Alone, Joan? Risk it? It's my best guess. I'm continuously hoping for it to go gold, so now we know that something is right. Always be the son of Joan, but it does work. I was kind of hoping they would actually sing it. Boo. That has to be the youngest of them, right? It looks, I think that it looks bright. How about you then, sir? Can we figure you out? Do we have... Because we just read that. Let me find that again. Wrong pocket, right pocket. Here. I read something here. Pop first clancy. There was something you said. Here. Pop seems to have gotten over this. Because Edward. We know that he has... We go back here. He has a Clancy and Alliance. Do we find an Edward? Please tell me you go golden when we finish you, because that would make my day. Please, 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 please. It's one of the few names we haven't used. So he's the only one not on an E. Poor dude. How do we figure out his profession, though? I'm gonna wait until because once we've gotten occupation on him, I think maybe they will click into place. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, because we needed 5 or 4. We'll have 4 correct ones, hopefully. 1, 2, 3. There's probably something wrong here somewhere. Or we needed even more. I don't know if we need the rest of them clear now. We're just gonna have to try. But his father's a lawyer. And if he's kind of taking over... Oh yeah. You mean swap these two? But he's supposed to be the youngest. Doesn't he look the youngest to you? I think the fact that he has brown hair and his son has brown hair kind of triggers my... No, I don't think so. The fact that Carl has dark hair does not kind of mix with him. Might be very wrong. If it doesn't click, we'll try. Also because he's a professor. And he should be the oldest. Do you think he looks older than him? I don't know. Which names do we have left in our list? Can we see that? Just curiosity. There's our list. I was hoping it kind of told us which we didn't have. Keep it as a last resort, we will. Damn it. How many Roottrees? Do we have anyone that's not a Roottree left? Because that has to be this person's wife. I'm gonna be November Cosell Sarah. And then Lennon Helen. And then April. So that's... We don't have a lot of people left. Still have some cornflakes. God, yes, we have some cornflakes. But we only have one child left. No, we have 2 children left. Never mind me. This is gonna be a guessing game by the end of it. Do we have... What? I don't understand. Okay, we have this guy. He has one of these... That's a male. So Sarah Cosell, Lennon Helen, I don't know. I honestly do not know. And we have this hidden thing here that's something too. That might be one of those names. I am still willing to say that this is November though. And that she goes in this kind of school. Pretty sure it's her. I will say that he's a lawyer, as his dad. I think the fact that he sent him to school. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, game. Thank you for letting my guesswork do something. We got the kids right. Well, that means that something is wrong. Something is still wrong. This is right, but are these not... Or the pictures might not be right. You know what? I just have to test. Well, it was worth the test, but it's not enough, is it? Well, we got those right. Who the heck are you married to? Sir. You know what? This is far-fetched as fuck. Did you notice this name? April. I'm putting her in. Because who else would call their daughter November? Okay. Hopefully that is... I feel like I've messed something up in this part here, but... Might have to go back and look at it. Really not sure that is correct, but... There's no secondary picture of Jack, and she held this baby. I'll have to research this in a little. So, November Rootree? Well, I can't type apparently. Let's just check the local news. Nothing relevant to my investigation? Why not? Everything is relevant to my investigation. Shove it. My neck is stiff. I hate it when it goes, it's not important to your investigation. I disagree. Could she be in Starlet? No. Modern music? No. Silver screen? Doubt it. Starlet? No. Okay. Apparently no is the answer to that. Not that one. Those we've done everything. It might be something in these. There's always something in these, it seems. We fixed that one. We got this one. That one's good. Laugh Lounge. Jokoland in 1997. I don't know. Names. Her. Roottrees. Gwyn and the Boys. What does that actually say? Film schools? Yeah, I think he's a director and he's the screenwriter. So I think those might have been wrong. We've now corrected them. This one seems wrong, but I don't know yet. Just keeping it there for now. Hopefully that was a correct guess. Which means that it's either Cosell Sarah or Helen Lennon. Wait, did it? Did it change? No, okay. I was wondering. Let's have a little fun with it. I'm just gonna put them in here. We can swap them around. Means I don't have to remember all of the names. They're just easy to find. Some cornflakes? Jesus, we don't have some cornflakes. We have a shit ton of cornflakes. What if this is a picture from a long time ago? I think. But I don't know what she would be doing. We have one picture with her in it. It's this one. That's from the 70s, so she has to be older. She's probably adult. She's probably not in school at all. Roottrees Motors. That's just a fixer up. I read all of this yesterday. I don't remember all of it. Let's just try this. The Jones graphic print website, which you've already seen. You don't find any trace of them on the internet. This was what I reacted to. Let's try this and periodicals. Local newspaper. Okay. Butlers on Matilda have been around for at least 30 years. They perform plays and musical with the cast and crew from in and around Butler Country. There are hundreds of mentions of their performances, not just in reviews, but in many nearly identical advertisements for their box office and tickets, as well as yearly announcement of upcoming shows and seasons. They also tend to take a full-page ad at the end of every season to say thank you and list the names of shows they have performed. Mention they have a website. Okay, how do we find said website? Okay, Summer Currently website has a thank you message. Thank you for making 99 seasons a success. Stay tuned for performance in 1999. Below it has a list of the crew, 2 things stand out, posters, an additional set design element by Jones Graphic and Print, and choreography by November Studios. A local dance school. So if it's a local dance school... Instead of numbers, maybe I should call this place No One Mentions Studios because we don't find any information on it. How rude. But if she has a dance school... Teacher? No. What do we have? Pro athlete. Preacher? No. Media mogul, housewife, firefighter, farmer, director, comedian, construction, cashier, baby. Should we call her a baby? Do you think it should be a dancer? Is she a dancer? Because this picture was taken in the 70s, right? If she has a dance school, she has to be a dancer. The only other thing that we had, can we find them again, do you think? No, I didn't search that yesterday. Even further back there. Can we search these? No? Do we search them as a duo? They are within these. Okay, if we search these then. Oh. I noticed those yesterday, but my brain did not manage to wrap around it. What do we find? Someone with username something something scanned and covering noted that it cost him over $200 at an auction. Apparently it was Jim Roottrees and Diamond Roo's first song together. He also mentioned that it performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and they're only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. Find anything else or the single added to evidence. After a blazing 35-minute download, the track is also available. Oh. Okay. These are some weird-ass pictures, but sure. Which one of them is him, though? Guess she generally has a beard? That has to be her. She's the blonde one. That's the sister. Ah, yes, look. I think that's her. We might have to fix them later on. What do I know? But that leaves me with who... Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottrees. Does that mean is this Clark? Is this Carl? I mean... No. I read that wrong. Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottrees, backup vocal by LaRue. I think we got... No, I don't think that's not right. I think it's more likely it's him. Same kind of hairstyle, right? I think this, on the other hand, is Clark. I think. God, I wish this game just gave me yellows when they were right instantly, but... Apparently no is the answer to that. But if I'm... No, this doesn't feel right. I think it's that one. He's supposed to be younger than... him. Maybe. In all honesty, not sure. It's a guess. But I am also thinking that might be him. Has very similar looks. Hey Dom! Cool new game? Yeah, but finishing from yesterday and Jesus Christ, this is convoluted. That's a guess. That's the only blonde. She's not blonde, so we're guessing. Don't have a second picture of you. Unless that's you, that would be scary. Could honestly be you. Once when you've had hair. Those are just add-ons though, so we don't know. Hopefully they click in at some point, right? Do we have anything on our notes? Yes, we have notes. Many, many notes. Because why would we not have many, many notes? There's something wrong somewhere and I need to figure out what it is. To be honest. There's something missing. We're gonna have to sit and fiddle a little bit with it, because my brain is certainly not helping out. I guess we go back to where we find most of our stuff. Trim their branches and why is Sam special? That we know why now. So we have EC and John. John we don't have anything about. But I feel like we still messed up something here. There's something wrong here, because if all of this was right, this should open. It has to be typed in manually. One of these are probably John. The one they mention here. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna copy that. Now send to R, EC, and John. So we're gonna farmhands, EC, and John. The only EC we know is Edward Clancy, and I don't think Edward Clancy is a farmhand. Into the notes you go. We still need to figure out, there's something wonky here somewhere. Oh, do we have any males left? There's only one Cornwall Linus left. I'm gonna suggest that is him. These aren't popping in though. Let's see. Do Ronald. I did not write enough down on these people. Oops. Sorry. My bad. Because I'm very sure of her. Fairly sure of this, but very sure of that this is November. And that she's a dancer. Not wholly sold on this one. The other ones are like smaller things, so it has to be these four here we need to kind of get right. Ugh. Ow. That was my back. Did we write anything interesting about the kids? Guy? Carl, Miracle, Gwen. Miracle, Carl. There's too many Roottrees in this thing. Now I'm gonna have to see if I wrote something on my phone. Sorry. Apparently I did not write down everything. Ernie, Stephanie, Catterall, yes. November we've found. I have apparently not brought anything on those two kids. Why not? Because I thought I had them perfectly done. Of course! Because that's how you do it when you think you've set in stone, huh? Up with my bigger note. It's worse to look at. This is much easier. I believe this is correct. None of these can be him, so we don't have any added. He has an added though, but we haven't found it. Sad. Come on. It's hard on the phone, trust me. So, if we check Robert, screenwriter, I do believe those are correct, because I have written down Robert is the screenwriter, and he's supposed to be the younger brother, so to me at least, this one looks older than that one. Okay, then he's married to Tessa. This we know. And I have kind of a guess on the last one there. Oh, come on, I'm dumb. You saw what we saw earlier, right? You know I laughed at it. What is this one? Compared to November that we have a picture from in the 70s. This game. It's a baby. It doesn't have a fucking occupation. Oh boy. Bastards. Seriously? At least we found a lot of extra pictures. Baby as an occupation. Baby? Okay, we opened the top secret.
To my genealogy
genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations, I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. The last 2 are optional. You can summon me wherever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth, so make sure you're ready. Who is EC? Farmhand. And they... oh. So John then. Right? We just wrote something. EC and John. They... Could that be though? Who is EC? Because the Farmhands were John. I'm just writing it here so I don't need to do... What was it? EC and John. And they apparently were the guardians. Oh, of course. The ones who took care of her before she came back home. I'm just keeping them. Who is EC is a farmhand's spouse, John. This is gonna be rough. But... oh, this is gonna be bad. How on earth are we even gonna get there? Jesus. We must work out from Sam, so that is the first one. But we also have a second one, which is revisiting. Does it have... yeah, it has Sam. Okay, let's check this. Clearly didn't know about her true history when he wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Rootree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. She had a chance to grow up with us. Had she the chance to grow up with Sam would have been a sister figure. Gwyn never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and their children seem eager to help the family in their own way. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It's been a long time since any real Rootree was excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and adopted grandfather. What I'm most ashamed I was not figuring it out all. Sam is a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair, green eyes, okay? Dad skipped a generation, that's how we found her kids. It's hard to explain the look of Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottrees. For as long as she was willing, I got flashbacks to when Zack was made president. Mother reframed it to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money. After all, it was essentially inheriting the right to rule. Never met EC in person. A confirmed bachelor. He's so gay. I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. Is Mr. Miller John, you think? So, very, very guess gamey. But I am gonna guess that gay couple, not exactly accepted. Okay, what else do we have? Business Watch, new and old. 5 spices. There has to be a way to find his name. Hi Tech. No, I decided to stream a little bit off just because I wanted to finish the game from yesterday, as we didn't have so much left, and we have now, I believe, 1. You responded to my DM? I'll check it in a little. Because this needs my focus. I feel like there's something we're missing. We do 5 pieces again. Okay. Could it be in here? The sweet. Did we find anything fun with that? What was it? Charles Lee? Yeah, Charles. I have that in my notes. History, non-fiction. It starts in 1925. That wasn't very helpful. But it's volume 2. But does that mean there's a volume 1? Because I have no notes on that. Not on my phone. Not on this one. I only have Candy volume 2. Yeah. Sweeters or Candy volume 2. Do we check if there's a volume 1? Maybe search John Miller. This is also a thing. No, wrong pocket. There. Go back here. John Miller. No. We're not giving up that easy. Let's go to the local news, right? No. How about Business Watch? Was he a businessman? No. Modern music? I doubt it. And it's definitely not in Starlit or Teen Blast or Silver Screen. If he was gay, it would probably be Go Mower under the radar. No. And I don't think EC will give us anything. That would be too easy. Oh. Well, there... Why do you call it volume 1? I don't get it. Shouldn't it just be Sweet History of Candy? Nothing? And then you have volume 2? That's why I say it's called PlayStation, then PlayStation 2. Because it literally PlayStation... I say PlayStation 5 to my current PlayStation. I don't call it just PlayStation. PlayStation for me was the very first one. But that's probably just me being weird. Nothing new. We found new stuff. What did we find? Oh, hello. Oh. I guess, but you think they planned for Candy to be that big already? Either way, 5 magical fairy was in every box. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, EC is for egg cream, CE is for cinnamon extract, M is for melon. You found this origin of the Sweet History of Candy Volume 1. The author is included it because a spelling error of the word available near the bottom. Available. It seems odd, right? It states that the flavors are inspired by their children. The order is grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon extract, and melon. Well, that didn't do much to them. It has EC though. Here. Wait, didn't the other one have this? No, away with thee. No, go away. No, it doesn't. It has CE, but no EC. There's a difference here, look. EC. CE. So, there's a hint of a EC in the family. Ooh, wait, okay. What was... too many things. There was something here, I think. Anger. Me and Pop got angry and yelled at her. Met a new girl who I do not like. Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, Then she said, your Pop is my dad. She screamed and loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Pop took her away, and he told me not to worry. I'm glad she's gone. I thought that was going to do something for my brain. Apparently it did not. One of the few people I've never Googled or done anything is his wife. Had hurt. Patricia. And then there was Christensen. Sounds like she has some more Norwegian, Danish. Okay, Christensen Steel was a steel company in Butler County. On a World War II history page, you find it contributed to the war effort by creating parts for vehicles. But after that went out of business. Christensen Steel and Patricia Christensen both mentioned in a book review for Steamy Correspondent by Tina Angelina. Dear Lord, this is Tina Angelina. We can remember that, right? Tina Angelina. This is a book of historical letters with an erotic twist. Each letter is accompanied by the context from the book's author. A letter from the book has been added to your pages. Do we even want to look at that? How did the people come up with all of this? New system coming fall 1999. I'm a little bit scared. Steamy Correspondence, historical letter with an erotic twist. In 1934, somebody goes by Patch wrote a full letter innuendo to a unknown gentleman who is clear had a romantic history with. Patch is thought to be by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen, the daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Her nickname was Pat, and CH were the first 2 letters of her last name. Patricia Christensen was known to appreciate wordplays like this. Patricia, who would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written, was married to an older man of notable status. This letter was also most definitely not to him. But there was also a few passages after the steamy bits that mentioned a daughter, leading Tina and Angelina to theorize that this letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. The letter ends on a mention of a twisted twin that seemed to evoke imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of her brother's twisted twin. Left an outcast, forced to life of labor under a wicked relative, is like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to? Okay. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on this joyous day, with all the strength I can muster, I will fight for her child's freedom. Let us pray for her fable as a happy ending. Tina has no mention for what the more cryptic parts might mean. Well, we know that she hid Sam from society because she was an illegitimate child. So those things we know to be true. Wait. Okay. Think about that. Does every of the 5 spices have like a twin? Like an evil twin? Oh yeah, that doesn't pop up. I was hoping. I was dumb. Easy. Could it be that... What if he's gay? And he's also married to John Miller. And the evil twin isn't actually a secret twin. Or he has a secret twin with the same name as him that we've just kind of omitted. And he was a farmhand. Anyone? Am I like too far out there now? I think I might be. Not plus, please. Guys. I looked at this yesterday, and I noticed something. Look. He's the only other person in this picture that looks forward. Do we see him again, though? Probably not. Nah, probably not. Oh, here there's only a lot of kids. Okay, only one way to figure this out. Okay, so he is someone. Yeah, exactly. And he looks different, but... that's my best guess. And it's very illegal what they're doing, so, you know. Are we ready? Was there a question? I don't know, I can't open the list anymore. Here. Yeah. Question, Eloise. But we found Eloise, didn't we? I think... I know we put in an Eloise here somewhere. There. Eloise is her girlfriend, but we never got her last name. So she's here. Just the other guardian, which is kind of funky. Oh, yeah, we've locked in everything else. Believe it or not. It's kind of cool. I'm 99% sure John Miller is right. I'm about 50% sure Edward Clancy is right. It's the only name I can kind of make fit with anything. And it's only because of the fact that that thing mentions like everybody has an evil twin. So it's alluding to wait, that's not haste to do this. That's I might have read that wrong. Not everyone, yeah. But a twisted twin. So it alludes to there being one twin. Yeah, it's probably to hide a relationship, or the fact that we just don't know her last name. Maybe it's never mentioned anywhere. Hidden to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. So I think that it alludes to there being a twin. No, not many twins like I first thought. And it wouldn't surprise me, as he's a farmhand. And he's, you know, twisted. I'm just wondering if it will accept the fact that I've written it this way, or if it will tell me it's wrong, because I see everybody else is going last name and then first name. Should we change it? I'm scared to push the button. There isn't. But if it's been disowned, and kind of, you know, we don't talk about Bruno, in a way. Just... You think it will be okay to not have Miller and then John? Or do we need to do this exactly as the rest have been written? You know what? Let's not risk it. It's Miller, John, and now they're at least in the same way. Are we ready? Are we ready to see if we're right? Yeah, early and short stream. It's not gonna be a very long one. It's probably not gonna be much longer, to be honest. I think we're fairly close to the end of this. Which isn't bad. Which isn't bad at all. Might sneakily keep you guys going with me just until Judge starts streaming or something. I don't know. How you doing though, Adrian? Adrian, hello. Okay, but this is my best guess. Shall we press the I'm ready? Are you guys ready for the I'm ready? Because I'm not ready for the I'm ready. I am, however, ready to put away the immense note list. And put my mind at ease that we're good on the notes list. Drawing and chilling. So many chores. Yeah. Let's go. Let's press the ready button. Oh, finished. The Roottrees are dead. But first, here's the final optional entries you've found. None. So, there were 2 optional entries we didn't find. I know it. I'm good. Oh, well.
You had a guess
So,
for
you had a
EC,
guess for EC and identified his partner as John Miller.
John Miller.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
what we're here to determine.
I'm Sam
Madsen.
Though you know me.
Though
as
you know me, Samantha
Roottrie.
Roottrie. Yep, I got old. The picture you have of me is 40 years
The
ago.
only picture you have of my book tells the truth.
My book tells
about
me
Elias,
the truth about Elias, the 5
my
pieces, and my
parents.
parents.
Not my biological
Not my
parents,
biological
Elias
parents,
Jr. and
Elisa
Patsy.
Jr. and Patsy. My father's Edward Clancy Roottrie and John Miller. Edward Clancy Roottrie? Shit. I forgot he was a Roottrie. Oh well.
By now, you've either
But
read
now you're
Lauren's
either
diaries, or
either
you're
read
just an
Lauren's
incredible
diaries
guesser.
or you're just an incredible guesses. We've read the diary quite often.
Lauren was right.
Lauren was right. I hated 5
5
pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning. But even so, she seems to blame more than just the 2 of them. She has no problems with next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the 5 pieces and Elias and Gwyneth.
My father, Edward Clancy,
was a great man, but his identical twin,
Clancy, and his father,
Elias, were not.
At age 16,
my father was caught kissing a farmhand. A confirmed bachelor.
Back then,
they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable.
The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC. We were sent to the farm, and the 5 pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family. But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard.
Yeah, I got angry when I met the new girl who I do not like. She said, "Your pop is my dad." So that was her.
And while the 5 pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work.
As per usual.
It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all. but there he is in the background. The 6th 5-piece.
So if we had written Roottrees at the end, we would probably have gotten all right. But okay, I can live with it.
Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy. Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 pieces.
So that's none of the 5 pieces were surprised, of course, but it was quite a shock to everyone else.
My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president.
And yeah, because he was about as excited and interested in the actual candy.
But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy. A real Roottrees. He nearly ruined the company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he also kind of died, so...
When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions. Ernie earned about $36.
Ouch.
They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point. Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry.
Oh yeah, television screenwriter allegedly quietly tried and convicted on the name of Roottrees in a French court of law. Allegedly embezzled from his company RR Productions, fuel a gambling
Ron
habit.
tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
Yep. The wedlock doesn't count here, only blood relative.
That sounded familiar. The Clancid Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future.
And only cares about blood relative.
His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as. And that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the trust, as anyone else.
He's not wrong.
The Clancid Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money. The truth has been eating away at me for years, but now I can set the record straight, thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future.
True enough.
I appreciate what you've done for me. The tree wasn't easy, and proving who EC was will be an uphill battle. That's what we were here to find out. If I can find my way into the trust, my share belongs to you.
Well, that would be a lot of money.
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless a whole lot more Roottrees somehow appear from thin air, this is the last time I'll come knocking.
That sounds like a fucking DLC. A threat of a DLC.
Thanks again, and so long.
That basically sounded like a threat of a DLC to me, like... Why did it feel to investigate 5 flowers? Thanks to your hard work, Sam Madson's book was published. It received mixed reviews. Life went on and a new president took over the company. The Roottrees family faded from the news cycle. And then everything changed. There's another mystery to solve. the Roottrees Mania is now unlocked as a new game plus. Oh. I am a secret Roottrees. We're not taking on that today, that's for sure. So that means find out happens to the infamous family in a whole new mystery. Guess I better get ready, huh? Oh, it was just the text that we could find out who the last spice was. That was one envelope. It was a note from her that we found everything else and now we could try and piece the last piece together. But I also guess that means that there's something called Roottrees Mania and my brain is already like, I don't know. I can't type either. Roottrees. Basically just opened the John Miller. You think Roottrees Mania is as bad as this one? Last flavor was fruity? Yeah. I do have a feeling this is gonna hurt my brain to do. Oh boy. You know, well, we're probably gonna play Roottrees Mania next Friday then. And I'm gonna have an even bigger list. We're gonna have an even... I do have a feeling this is just... I'm not gonna delete this. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna do this. Just in case we need some of the old stuff. Good to go for Friday, people. Because this is not meant to be a long stream. I'm not gonna sit here and stream for you guys right now. I didn't realize that she would be back with more info. Even though they basically told us that, yes, we are. I still can't write Roottrees right either. Weirdest last name ever. So many letters. We're just gonna keep these because we never know. We might need them. They're just gonna stay on my computer until Friday. Bye bye. I'm sorry, we're gonna have a little peek on this one. I'm curious. Oh. Oh boy. At least we have time to prepare, huh? What do we think? Is our brain ready for yet an... Oh no. Oh boy. Two seconds. Let me try this to... When I hear that, we're gonna take that one with sound. Where did my Roottrees go? There they are. Shh. Shh. Okay. Let's play this and see what it actually is with sound.
I received an invitation earlier this week. I have no idea who from, but for whatever reason, I decided to come anyway.
I must ask, sir, are you a friend of the galleys?
Never heard of them. Do you know why I've been invited here?
No Enigma machine type things. Apparently this is an Enigma machine type thing.
A number of other guests with us this evening. It's a privilege to be a guest at Galley House. I'm sure it will be a night to remember.
Well, it's gonna go on the wish list. It's not until 2026 we can bang our head against some other stuff, but this is... Are you a friend of the galleys? Ooh. Seems we might be moving more around in this one, though.
It's strange.
Well, it went on the wish list. Artwork looks awesome. It does. But yeah, I was thinking we were gonna start with Spirit of the North 2 on Friday. We're not. We're gonna do I'm a Secret Rootree. So now you all know. I'm gonna be stuck with more notes and even more notes, and then probably pages of notes, and then notes. Might try and start a little early if it's about the same length, if we can fiddle things out. I made the music very loud. That's more pleasant for my ears, at least. But then at least we will get to it. But I'm happy we actually got through that. And like I said, that's completely different stuff. I've been doing some random shenanigans, mostly talking with Exy earlier today. We tested some stuff and other stuff and stuff. Either way, I don't know. We have smooth jazz. I think I look forward to that type of game too, to be honest. I do like it. The other games we have on our to play list, which you cannot not see because I went into this thing. Tee. Let's see, which one is it? It is... I'll do this again, because then you can see what I'm looking at. Never mind. Here. You go up. No? Okay. This is what I assume that we're gonna hop to after we're done with the Roottrees. We're not done with the Roottrees, but... And the closer we get to September, the more we're gonna... Oops, nope. Start hitting on some spooky stuff. So we also have like a detective game. Oh yeah. Sons of the Forest is fun. Plains Creek Killings, which is kind of figure out stuff, so we're gonna have that. Liver is also coming out in not too long, as far as I know. I kinda wanna play the Mind Diver demo with you guys at some point, because I tested it a little, it was actually quite different and quite fun. Spirit of the North, and there's something Dree gave me on S, I think. Wasn't it S? Song of Horror, I've played that. No. Scrolling up a little. If we're gonna have to, like, you know, sort of ease into some horror stuff, right? Copycat was cute. Haven't played this in forever. One of the reasons why I didn't... Among the Whispers Provocation? Do you want to look at that? I'm curious enough to do it anyway. So, more than ghost hunting, this is about uncovering the truth deep within the state, study the past, gather evidence, and reveal ghost stories that linger between life and death. A unique investigation every time ensures deep replayability. Oh. So that one is out, actually. Could be interesting. try and figure out the story behind the ghost hauntings. Just putting it in there so that I have it. It wasn't exactly what I was gonna look at. Dre gifted me a game for my birthday that kind of has spooky vibes to it. I just don't quite remember the name. Doki Doki is crazy, we all know this. Where is it? I don't remember the name of it, which is the problem. Layers of Fair is always fun. Mind Diver. Always replay the quarry for fun, for shits and giggles. What was it called? Damn it. It was something with skin. Apparently not. Flesh? Ah, there it is. The Price of Flesh. Which apparently has fresh DLC. So that could be interesting. So we have a couple of games to play. And they're relaunching one of my favorite games, which is also interesting for me, but not that interesting for you. Sorry. So I won't keep you. I will do the ending. I don't know. You know what? We'll send it to Luna, because we don't get to rate her that often. She's usually done. So I'll send you guys over to her. She's playing something I don't know what is, which is interesting. It's called Lisa the Painful, and then I don't see anything else on my list. Painful RPG Definitive Edition or something like that. I have no idea what it is. I'm curious. So Luna Argana Gaming, is it? Jeez, I don't remember her. Why do people have such long names? I have to go here and check this. I don't remember the name. Luna Arcana Games. Games, not gaming. There. So, this was a bit of a quick stream. And I'm just gonna say thank you for hanging out and trying to solve this long mess with me. We'll be back on Friday, next Friday, to try and solve another mess. We will be making more lists. We'll be finding more clues. We'll be writing all of them down, because if not, our brain will go boom. I hope you're prepared. I'll see you guys on Sunday, in other words tomorrow, for a Final Fantasy stream where we'll be back at M6S. Believe it or not, we're gonna be beaten into the ground. Thank you guys for hanging out. See you next time. Off you go now.